Hello dear students of class 10th, welcome to Polity class. I hope all of you are doing well. Students, in this video, I shall start with the first chapter of Polity, that is power sharing. So this is a chapter that I am going to start in this video. See, this title, power sharing, this is a very simple title I would say, and this title is self-explanatory. Very easy, power sharing. That means power is shared. A very simple concept. Okay. But if I ask you, but according to you, what is power sharing, or what, when you see this word or when you hear this word, what comes to your mind? Then I feel that you think that power sharing means power is divided, and if something is divided, then it becomes less. That means it is a negative concept. If suppose I am having 10 chocolates, okay, and I have divided those 10 chocolates, I have given my 10 chocolates to my 10 friends, then what will remain with me? Nothing will remain. Or if I have given 5 chocolates out of 10 chocolates to my friends, then only 5 will remain. That means whatever I was having has reduced. That means it is a negative concept, right? No, it is not a negative concept. We will study the meaning of power sharing in depth. In reality, it is not a negative concept, rather it is a positive concept. And let me tell you, power sharing is very important. Especially if I talk about democracies, then power sharing is very important in democracies. Why? Because by sharing power, democracies can run in a better way. They can perform, they can function in a better way, in a systematic manner. That is why power sharing is very important for democracies. And not only for democracies, means I feel that in every field we should share, and if we share, that means that will increase only, that will not decrease, that will increase. For example, let me talk about your school. In your school, who is the head of your school? Your principal is the head. But you have your class teacher also. See, principal is the head of the school, but class teacher is the head of the class. The responsibility of the class lies in the hands of the class teacher, but the responsibility of school lies in the hands of the principal. But if I say, see, principal is only one, how can a principal manage the whole school? Principal has to appoint people, the principal has to appoint the teachers, the staff members, so that the school can run in a proper manner, in an efficient manner. Things can be performed in a smooth manner. That is why power sharing is very important. And this I am going to explain you in this chapter. So students, I am going to explain you the concept of power sharing with the help of stories. Yeah, I am going to tell you about I'm going to explain you, I am going to tell you 2 stories. I think all of you like stories, even I like stories. So, in stories we have characters, and in our story we have 2 characters. First is Belgium and second is Sri Lanka. Okay, please consider these 2 countries as characters. But let me tell you that this is not a hypothetical or imaginative story. This is a real time story. This is a real story. Okay, so I am going to explain you that how power was shared in Belgium and how power was shared in Sri Lanka, and what was the result of power sharing. If power sharing is not done, what will happen? Why it is so important to share power, why it is very important to divide power, and if it will not happen, what will be the result of it. So let me start with Belgium. Okay, so students, before I proceed with the story of Belgium, let me show you Belgium and Sri Lanka on the world map. As you can see, this is the world map. Here we have Belgium and here we have Sri Lanka. Where is Sri Lanka? At the bottom of India we have Sri Lanka, and here we have Belgium. So you have seen Belgium and Sri Lanka. Now let me start with the story of Belgium and Sri Lanka. First I'll start with Belgium. If I talk about Belgium, then Belgium is a very small country in Western Europe. Please remember that Belgium is a small country in Western Europe. Now, why I am saying that Belgium is a small country? You know why? Because Belgium has been compared to Haryana. Yes, Belgium has been compared to Haryana, as the population of Belgium is half the population of Haryana. The population of Haryana is approximately 2 crores and the population of Belgium is 1 crore. So that is why the population of Belgium is half the population of Haryana. So we have just compared so that you can understand it in a better way, that what is the population, why I am saying that Belgium is a small country. So you understood that Belgium has been compared to Haryana since the population of Belgium is about 1 crore. Now let me tell you about the borders of Belgium. Now you have seen Belgium on the world map. Now let me come to only Belgium. As you can see, this is Belgium. Now I'll talk about the neighbors of Belgium. I'll talk about the countries that share the border with Belgium. So we have France. We have France here. Then we have Netherlands. We have Germany. And we have Luxembourg. So these are the countries that share their border with Belgium. Please remember, France, Netherlands, Germany and Luxembourg. These are the 4 countries that share their border with Belgium. And you know, in Belgium there is a lot of ethnic diversity among the people. Now I have used a word ethnic diversity. Now what is this ethnic diversity or ethnicity, or I would say ethnic group? This is a very important term, ethnic group. Now I'll explain you that what is ethnic group. See, ethnicity or ethnic group or ethnic composition, it is a division based on the shared culture. Yes, it is a division based on the shared culture. And if I give you that, and if I talk about the definition of ethnic group, then ethnic group is a group of people whose members identify with each other through a common heritage consisting of a common language, a common culture, often including a common religion and a tradition of common ancestry. That means commonness is there. Okay, this commonness or shared culture is called as ethnic group or ethnicity. When we share the same culture with other people, or when we share the same religion, the same language, that refers to ethnicity. It is basically a division based on shared culture. For example, let me give you a hypothetical example. Hypothetical means an imaginary example. Let's suppose there is a country A, okay, and in country A there are 10 people. This is just an imaginative example or hypothetical example. Country A has 10 people, okay, in which 5 are Christians and 5 are Christians, 3 are Hindus and 2 are Muslims, okay. So if I say that 5 are Christians, then those 5 people, they are having ethnic composition. They are sharing a common religion. That means if they are sharing a common religion, then they will share a common bond. There will be a bond between them. Okay, he belongs to my religion. Means I'll have a sense of means I could relate to that person if I'm sharing the same religion, or if I'm sharing the same culture with anybody else, then definitely there will be a link between me and that other person to whom I am sharing the commonness. So this commonness is called as ethnic group or ethnicity. So I hope you understood. If I talk about the Hindus, there are 3 Hindus, then those 3, they will share a unique bond, they will have a bonding, they will have a sense of belongingness with each other, because those 3 are Hindus. See, if you are from Delhi, let's suppose that you are from Delhi and you go to South India, you don't know the language, you are not knowing, and if you find a person from Delhi, then you would be able to relate with that person. right? You will feel a sense of belongingness with that person. So this is called ethnic group, where you share the same religion or the same culture. So it is basically a division based on shared culture. So I hope that ethnic group is clear to everybody. So students, in our country, on multiple basis, different ethnicities can be there. For example, on the basis of language, on the basis of religion, on the basis of culture, on the basis of custom, ethnicity can be there in a country. Ethnicity means commonness, that common bond, the link that you share, the sense of belongingness that you share with another person or another community. That refers to ethnicity. So on the basis of ethnicity, there can be different groups or divisions. So in a country, is composed of different ethnic groups, because there are people of different caste, people of different religion, people speaking different languages, people having different cultures, religion, etc. So in a country, or I would say a country, is composed of different ethnic groups. So I hope that till here all the points are clear to everybody. So students, now I'll explain you the ethnic composition of Belgium. Let's get back to Belgium. See, if I talk about Belgium in specific, as you can see, Belgium is divided into two parts, or I would say two regions. Like we have North India, South India. So similarly, you can just say like that. Belgium has two regions. The first region, or the northern region, is called the Flemish region. This northern part is called the Flemish region, and the southern part is called Wallonia region. Please remember, the upper part, the northern part, is called Flemish region, and the lower part or the southern part is called as the Wallonia region. Now let's come to the ethnic composition. See, 59% of the population lives in the Flemish region. Please remember that 59% of the population, they live in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch language. Okay, the people living in the Flemish region, that means 59% of the people, they speak Dutch language. That means the majority of population living in Flemish region, that means majority of population are living in Flemish region and they are speaking which language? They are speaking Dutch language. So the Dutch speaking people or the Dutch speaking population is in majority in Belgium. Now let's come to the other 40%. The other 40% of the people, they live in the Wallonia region. The 59% of the population, they live in the Flemish region, and 40% of the people, they live in the Wallonia region and they speak French. See, French is this side, means southern part of Belgium. So since the border is attached with Belgium, the border of France is attached with Belgium, or so that's why we can find that the people in the Wallonia region, they speak French and they are in minority. And if I talk about the remaining 1%, then remaining 1% of the Belgians, they speak German, because we have German also this side. The remaining 1%, they speak German language because the border of Germany is also attached. Germany also shares the border with Belgium. So I hope you understood about the composition, that the 59% they live in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch, 40% lives in the Wallonia region and they speak French, and remaining 1% speaks German language. Okay, this was about the country. I am talking about the country. Now students, let me come to the capital. See, first I have explained you about the country, that in Belgium what is the scenario. Now I am coming to the capital of Belgium. Now what is the capital of Belgium? The capital of Belgium is Brussels. The capital of Belgium is Brussels. So now let me come to Brussels. As see, you can understand this in this way. If I talk about India, India is the country, and if I talk about the capital, that means particularly New Delhi. What is the capital of India? The capital is New Delhi. So first, similarly, I talked about Belgium, which is the country, and now I am going to talk about the capital, that is Brussels. See, in the capital city Brussels, 80% of the people speak French. Yes, that means in the capital the situation is just reversed. The French were in minority in the country, but the French are in majority in the capital, while the 20% of the people, they are Dutch speaking. The Dutch were in majority in the country, but they are in the minority in the capital. So I hope you understood. That means the situation is just opposite. The Dutch speaking were in majority in the country, while the Dutch speaking are in minority in the capital. And if I talk about the French speaking, then in the country the French speaking were in minority, and in the capital, that means in Brussels, the French speaking are in majority. That means 80% of the people are speaking French and only 20% are Dutch speaking people in the capital. So I hope that till here the points are clear to everybody. Now students, I have explained you diversity, and this diversity, it leads to differences, and the differences, they sometimes lead to conflicts and tensions. Now I am going to explain you that what led to conflicts, or what are the reasons of conflicts or tension. See, first of all, as I told you, that in the country the French speaking community, they were in minority. Even though they were in minority, they were relatively rich and powerful. Please remember this point. This is a very important point, that even though in the country the French speaking people were in minority, that means only 40%, and they lived in the Wallonia region, but they were relatively very rich and powerful, and this was resented by the Dutch speaking community. Resented means this was disliked. The Dutch speaking, they felt jealous of the French speaking people. Why they felt jealous? Because since the French were rich and powerful, so they got majority of benefits. They got the benefits of economic development, they got the benefits of education, the benefit of job security, reservations. So these benefits were basically availed by the French speaking people. So this was disliked by the Dutch speaking people, because they thought that we are in majority, but we are not able to enjoy those benefits, and the French people, they are in minority, still they are very rich and very powerful, and they are able to enjoy all the benefits in a better way, or earlier than that of the Dutch speaking people, and this led to tension, or this led to stress between Dutch speaking and French speaking communities during the 1950s and the 1960s. And you know students, this tension between the two communities, it was more acute in Brussels, that means in the capital. The people, the Dutch speaking people, they hated the French speaking people. They did not like them at all. They hated them. There was a feeling of great jealousy between them, as the Dutch were in majority, but even though they were in majority, they got the benefits after the French speaking people. They got the benefits, they availed all the benefits of everything, all the advancements earlier only. So this was not liked by the Dutch speaking community. So I hope that how the ethnic composition led to conflict or led to hatred between two communities is understood by everybody. Now students, in the next video I'll explain you the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. I hope the ethnic composition of Belgium is clear to everybody. In the next video we'll start with the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Till then, please revise your lessons well, study properly, study regularly, eat good food, be safe, and thank you so much.